Choose the fucking ass. No,
Yeah.
I need to get my GIF going or GIF going, whatever anybody likes to call it, of fucking the Conan shit. I actually got Photoshop now, and I've watched some tutorials, so I'm going to full on try to make like legit crazy GIF and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
make it work on ESPN's site.
Make like a
Nice.
picture of like Nick's head, and you like.
No, it's all about my name, and I guess there are not too many people that get the reference.
What is best in life?
Yeah, so it's from that movie with Arnold when he was really young, the Conan the Barbarian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I haven't seen that for like 100 years.
Yeah, I know, dude. But that line is so fucking legit. Is like what he says is best in life. Like,
Crush your enemies.
yep, that's it. Exactly. That's the line. That's like crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
I heard that's actually a pretty good movie. I don't really even remember
Oh,
it.
dude, it's for the movie. It is like when you watch it, you can tell it's like old school. It's somewhat low budget even for that time, so you can kind of tell that, but it works. Like it's just like it's a pretty kind of intense movie, and
Brian's ritual before every Sunday is to take a bong load and watch that scene. Crush your enemies.
that should
Blah,
be.
blah, blah.
That's
Yeah.
probably what I haven't been doing when I
To
when
pump
I'm
himself
losing.
up before.
I
he
need
gets-
to be pumping myself up. I need to be going, crush your enemies. See that? Yeah.
That's my ritual. So
Well, everybody's got what works, and I would say it's probably been working for you pretty well, seeing as how you're sitting fucking first place all by yourself, you fucking bastard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting
my
timing to want to jump on the podcast this week.
I actually wanted to last weekend, but I couldn't. I
That's
was
true. That's true.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
was still. I was fighting for the first place last week.
Well, I'll tell you, we have this strange, weird thing I feel that always happens with our leagues, where we have this like strange, mirrored thing going on. So if you look at our standings, it is perfect. It's perfectly mirrored. We have you sitting at 4-1.
Are you
Now
recording,
we-
Sean?
Yep.
Have you been recording for a while?
Yeah, since the juiced up the ass part, I was like, oh god, hit record.
Oh, it records juiced up the ass. Oh my god, that's gold.
Yep.
All right, so we got
Brian's your
Joey
teammate.
sitting. Yeah, Joey sitting at 4-1, and then we've got four fucking people tied for second place, and they're sitting at 3-2, and the order goes Will, Nick, Chris, and John, and then we got four fucking people tied for third.
That's a big points difference, though, from
They're-
768 to 639.
We'll get into that because obviously the placements are going to
Wow,
to matter.
Chris has such
Chris-
a good. His 3 and 2 is
Chris
639.
and John are the bottom two scoring teams, and they're both 3 and 2. What the
Exactly.
fuck?
So that's
Wow,
why
that's
the
crazy.
points-
That never
the points
happens.
matter. The points matter, but the record is the most important thing. It goes record then.
Yeah, I
of
know.
course.
I
Points-
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're not
So,
new blitz. Come on,
I know
Brian.
you're not new blitz, but you got to create drama when you're on the air. You got to fucking you're telling a story, and the story we're talking about these four fucking 2 and 3 teams. So the order goes from 6 to 9 is Sean, Phil, me, Misha, and then we've got good old Nate.
Did he get a win this week?
Yeah,
He
he got his
did.
first win.
Woohoo! Nice, Nate. No troll underneath the beer pong table for him.
So there we go. So that's the order. Now the points, you're right, are fucking.
Weird this year.
Yeah.
Very strange. It's very unusual.
So I mean, you have got yourself a really,
Hefty
really
lead.
comfortable lead. I mean, 819 and 768. That's Will at 768 and you at 819. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I would say a nice, comfortable lead.
It's kind of funny though because I have the least points against too. But
If I'm thinking back correctly, I think it was like that for a while last year because I kind of remember calling it out, but at the same time, it was just like, Well, yeah, no one can really give you shit for having the least against you because you have the least.
And
or
you're
have the
blowing
most
people
points.
out.
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's like
You have to blow
it's
people
whatever.
out no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one bad week though, where I didn't score very much, and then since then
well,
it's been pretty good.
consistent.
So,
Always happens.
yeah.
But okay, so then Sean, that's you next in third, but you're sitting at like third in points, but you're sitting at rank 6 technically.
Yeah, because I have the third most points against me, so I've had some
Yeah.
pretty hefty matchups.
yeah, it's like 100, almost 120 more points scored on you than me.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just,
so that-
some tough matchups, but
Actually, Misha has got the most though. Damn.
Yeah, Misha's having a tough go, but he's fighting. He's fighting. He's got the 2 and
Still
3,
got 2
so he's
wins.
not. Yeah, exactly. That's all that matters. So let's see. So we were talking about how we wanted to kind of try to get through the picks really quick from the week that we technically.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we missed. We didn't do a podcast last week. Obviously, we did do some picks. So yeah, let's burn through those real quick. Like we don't even need to get into the matchups,
All right,
but at
so,
least just to
yeah.
address it.
Let
Yeah,
me.
you did picks though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We did picks for week 4. We just haven't gone over them yet.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
so since the last week, and we'll be talking about week 5, but we'll just quickly go through our picks really quick. Okay, so how about first matchup? Let's go to Misha and Phil.
Misha and Phil, we swept for Phil,
Well, we all were right.
and boy were we, because Phil was top scorer 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So there you go. Congrats, Phil, on that on the 15. So good on us. So now let's go to how about Nate and Nick?
This one's kind of funny. So me and you both picked Nick, so we did get that right. I had a little side comment on it where I thought that was going to be the closest matchup of the week.
Oh.
And I think it was the exact opposite of that.
I don't know. Let's take a look.
I think
Actually,
Yeah, Nate had a horrible
all these
week that
matchups
week.
are really kind of close to this one. It's actually
83
the
points.
83. Yeah. So it's probably
There's
the
some low scoring points.
Yeah, that
on
was a
week
pretty
4.
low
Jeez.
week overall, which is weird.
yeah. But so so it was the exact opposite. It was the biggest difference I think between anybody.
Yeah.
Or
So
Mine was like a
Oh.
70-point difference in my game. Might have
Let's
been
see. Where's your
worse.
game?
That's true. Yeah,
Where-
yours might have been a few.
Oh, there you
more.
go. Yeah, you had 63 and 97. Okay, so let's talk about that game. What was our picks for Joey and
We swept
Will?
it for Joey, so we got that right.
Man,
Dude, okay.
did
okay.
good this time around. Okay, so how about we talk about my game and Chris's game? I'm sure
We
I
both
probably picked
swept it
myself.
for you. Yeah, that didn't
Yep.
work out.
So it didn't work out. No, Chris killed me.
And
So
for my matchup with John, we both picked me, so that one we got right. So we actually got 4 out of 5. That's by far
Yeah,
our
you
best
guys
week
did
ever.
good.
yeah, that we did very, very well. Okay,
All
so that's not too bad. Now I guess we got to roll into. Now we were talking about this earlier in the week, Sean. That I think it was like day of or immediately day after. We're like, we've got to fucking bring up this talk about this last week because it was pretty fucking crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
was,
crazy. Looking at that scoreboard, it's like, do you guys have that thing in the app where it shows like the highest points people on each team?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
This I heard this through the ESPN Fantasy app, so I didn't just pull this stat up, but there was 5 players that scored over 50 points this last week, and that's the first time ever in NFL history since they've been recording kind of fantasy stats like this that's ever
Damn.
happened before.
So who were the
Okay,
That's
so
in
let's see if we can
that's in
do
full
it.
point. That's in full point PPR.
Yeah, that's full point.
Sorry, full point PPR. Okay, so I know for sure at least 3 people that did it in ours, right?
So
Or
the
2?
highest people were okay. Let's see if we can do it. Deshaun Watson,
Yeah,
Will
and-
Fuller,
Will Fuller.
Christian McCaffrey.
Where's fucking McCaffrey? Where is goddamn
He got
your
47,
team?
but he
Where's your
was-
team?
Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, Alex Jones.
Is that his name?
No,
Alex
wait.
Jones or Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones.
Sorry,
yeah,
not Alex
Aaron
Jones.
Jones.
And god damn it, who was the other one? There's somebody else.
Well, Amari had a fucking amazing game.
Michael Thomas? Or-
Michael Thomas probably also had
Yeah,
an
he had
amazing game.
He had 40, so he might have been the other one. But yeah, I mean Michael Thomas, even like then you got Amari Cooper throwing up.
And he had some big quarterback performances too.
Yeah, Russell Wilson had a good day.
Yeah,
Matt Ryan had a big day. God damn it. Adam Thielen had a big day. Even Tom Brady had a big day as well.
If you're on your computer and you go to the ESPN page and then you click on scoreboard for week 5, it shows you each matchup, and then it shows each person's top 3. I've never seen that before. That's another thing that we should talk about at some point is how shitty the ESPN app has been this year. I don't know if you guys have had any
this is something that. Yeah, no. I think this is probably a good time, maybe just a small segue to bring this up. Chris,
you can go over the week 5 stuff after that. But
Chris has talked about an app that he has moved to in his fantasy league that he really enjoys. I know others of us have played on Yahoo and somewhat enjoyed that experience. And I will say, I think it's time for us to have this discussion as a league. Like, this is a league move. Like, we can't, one person can't decide this. We all have to agree to make a move over to another platform. Because
oh my God, it's been so bad this year.
I can't, I honestly cannot stand using this thing on Android anymore. And it's not any better on the computer.
No, the computer is pretty muddled and not very intuitive, but then the app just is super buggy. It doesn't even load for me sometimes, and that's even with the new phone that I just got last week. So,
I don't know. Chris, I know you're out there. Throw out that app again in the chat. Anybody else have any ideas?
I've seen that app before. I think it's called the Sleeper app or something like that.
I think that sounds close. I can't be sure, but
we were going to use it in my work league, but then it was too difficult to get all these people in my office to re-log in because they had already signed up for Yahoo. So we just left Yahoo. But Yahoo is worlds better this year than ESPN. ESPN wasn't as bad, I felt like, the last few years.
It was still not
great, but
this redesign
it's
trash.
Bad, dude. It's really hard to navigate around just to find easy things, and it's very clunky.
Whoever really they're paying over there, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, ESPN's owned by Disney. They have so much money. You think they would have better, Yeah.
Dude, ESPN is fucking going through a purge right now, bro. They are firing everybody. They
could get good talent though.
No, dude, it's not about good. It's not about good talent. It's because they're losing fucking money. They have money. Nobody is watching TV anymore. Nobody's going to their fucking website. They as a brand are suffering. They're dying. I would be surprised
but fantasy football must be a decent. I don't know overall, to their business. I don't know what it is, but I feel like a lot of people are.
And they still get
if you think they would invest in anything
with the networks and with the not networks with the networks and with companies to people want that because they get games, the Monday Night Football and all of that other stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean they're definitely a business that should make money, but.
Yeah,
I don't know. They have not. There's not been. I have not seen many good things coming from ESPN in quite a few years, and it's only
trash, man.
Well, the fact that they obviously put money into redesigning their app and it's fucking terrible, it's just terrible decisions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who's running fucking the show up there?
Some fucking monkeys.
Dude, Mickey Mouse, come on, get your fucking ears. Get the wax out of your ears. Fucking head out of your ass. Let's do this. Okay, we'll segue back on into the thing. But I guess if anybody does have any ideas, any suggestions, please throw them up in the chat because I think a lot of us. I know I've had conversations with a few of you guys about this.
Yeah, I think that would be a good thing to get the league talking about a little bit. I know everybody's tried a bunch of different things. In my work league, we're using NFL.com's fantasy app in their site, and I would not recommend that. But I've always thought Yahoo was pretty decent. Maybe the Sleeper app is something to try out too. But I'm certainly open to something different.
Yeah, I guess the CBS Sports is supposed to be something, I guess, similar to to Yahoo, where they do like the fucking silly ass article write ups, like
oh yeah,
such and such crushed. Better luck next year. That type of shit. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's got to be some awesome options out there. I know I've seen Chris's app. He's shown it to me. It looks pretty fucking cool. Definitely way more intricate and detailed, I guess, than what ESPN offers, even on the mobile platform. So I don't know. I guess it's worthy of a discussion.
Agreed.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think everyone hates ESPN app at this point and their platform. So maybe we can move that next year.
I would say that's a good idea, and I will to toast the segue back into the matchups. I will smoke them all.
Oh, now
about time, Brian. Jeez, you're delayed.
I mean, God, come on, you guys, get on me. Like
sober Sally over here.
I got the. All right. What was the matchups that who do we talk about?
Well, let's start with the guest of honor over here.
Oh, that's right. We haven't even talked about the actual any of the matchups yet. So yeah, guest of honor. Guest of honor.
And it was a fun little matchup of Joey and Nick. It's always a classic matchup.
Clash of the Titans.
Well,
yeah.
Put it that way.
I'm gonna toast that one.
Well, how'd you feel coming into this matchup, Joey?
I was pretty okay with everything. I didn't really have many people on. I don't think I had anyone on bye or anything like that.
You had. Oh no, that's Nick's team.
Yeah, I think did Nick have someone on bye or was there a week?
Devontae Adams who didn't play.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I did have Hopkins. I mean, I'm a little bit worried about Hopkins. He's been playing kind of shitty, and so that's the only person I was like kind of concerned with. Like, when am I going to get some production from my first round pick? But and then also like my tight end hasn't been very good either.
Who was your original tight end? You had to drop somebody, right?
Vance McDonald, but then he was like hurt and missed a game, and then they said he was maybe going to play like this past week. I think he did play, but I think he maybe was in a limited capacity or something. So like I had those two guys that were a little like, I was just like, Hopkins got to turn this on, like other guys can't keep doing it every week. And then besides that, I was like, I guess I'll start Jimmy Graham, because Devontae Adams wasn't playing and Jimmy Graham had got a lot of targets the week before. And I mean, I guess they still use him in the red zone. So I was just like, I don't know. Tight end is there's some viable guys, but by and large, like it's not that great. So
it's kind of a mess, right?
Yeah, and I'm kind of on the downside of that position. But luckily, like a lot of other players have been good. So I was pretty confident overall. I thought I had a pretty good shot of beating Nick. I actually asked Nick if he wanted to do a side bet, and he turned me down.
Why? So. That was a smart play on his part.
Yeah. Well, so Joe, do you remember how the matchup sort of ended up shaking out? Like as the
I had that. We both had players going on
Thursday,
the Thursday night. So I had Russell Wilson put up 37.9 for me, and so that felt pretty good. Yeah. Along with Lockett did okay. He had 13.3, not like a world breaker there, but
not hurting you,
but not like a trash game
and
either.
You had fucking Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah, and then I had Cooper Kupp, who has just been amazing this year. Yeah,
and he's like 79 points just from the Thursday night game or something.
Yeah, and Nick had Chris Carson, who did good, but true. I mean, I was just not really looking at it like that because like I had three players that all did kind of good, so it was like even though Carson did good, it's kind of independent of each other. So. I looked at it like that. I'm like, wow, my quarterback got almost 40 points. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you had two guys that blew out their projections, and Nick had one guy who like did a little bit better than his projection.
Yeah. So obviously that's how it started out. So I felt, you never know, but like I was like, this is going pretty good so far. So Cooper Kupp has been definitely the MVP of my team so far this year, and he's the one player I'm in 3 fantasy leagues, and I drafted him in all 3 teams.
Well, good fucking year to do that.
Yeah,
Shit.
I had a feeling
Oh,
about
man.
him and Goff were like
Yeah, they were looking
really on
good.
pace the
Yeah,
year
before
before he got
went
hurt.
down.
And
Mhm.
like I had looked at the statistics and like his target share and everything like before I started the season. I was like, and then I saw that he was just kept on slipping in like drafts. Like I did a couple mock drafts and I saw that he was slipping, and so then I was just kind of I was like, if I want to get one of the Rams receivers, I'm going to get Cup because he was going third out of all three of them, and I kind of felt like all three of them were equal. So
Yeah, they're all kind of a little bit different. Like Cooks is supposed to be, I don't know, I guess like kind of that like a little bit like a deeper threat or like kind of like the I don't know. And then you got
he's
Robert
like a big
Woods.
play guy. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely he was supposed to be the big play guy, and Robert Woods seems like he's always making catches and coming up with those touchdowns. But Cup, fuck yeah, he's just like a Wes Welker 2.0 or something.
Yeah, he's that little slot receiver getting tons of receptions.
Yeah. But anyway, Nick had some good, Julio Jones is scary. And then, of course, Mark Ingram and Lamar Jackson could have big games in any moment. They've had them earlier in the season. So,
well, what happened Sunday? Did you have anybody going in the morning, or did Nick?
I don't really fully remember. I definitely had a bunch of players in the morning, though.
Okay.
I know. I can't remember exactly.
I think New England was definitely in the morning.
Yeah, I think the Ravens-Steelers game was going on in the morning. That's when that. Oh, did you guys see that Mason Rudolph get knocked out?
I wasn't.
No.
We didn't see.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God!
See the game.
Yeah, it was crazy. Lauren and I were actually both watching at that moment, and Mason Rudolph was throwing the ball, and he got hit and right on the chin basically, and he was out. They did a slow-mo preview of it, and and he was. You could basically tell that he was already knocked out as he was before he even hit the ground. As he was still standing, he was out, and then he fell back onto the field, and he looked like he was dead. Have you seen when players' hands or whatever will be all sticking up, kind of when they get a concussion or when they get knocked out? His arm was sticking up off the ground, and but his rest of his body was limp because he was frozen, and they had to take his face mask off, and then I guess the stretcher was broken or something, so the poor guy had to walk off the field with
God.
There's some debacle. It was crazy, but that game was going on in the morning, so I had James Conner and Nick had
you had quite a few
Lamar
people.
Jackson
Yeah.
and Mark Ingram and
Mark
Andrews.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good matchup
all
going
those
on
guys
there.
were pretty pedestrian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Nick had Michael Gallup later in the day, and he had a good game.
That was the afternoon game, the Dallas Green Bay game.
But it was probably already looking. Nick was probably already feeling dead to rights at that point.
Yeah, I think I got Tyler Boyd gave me a bunch of points at the end of that game, at the Arizona Cincinnati game. He was I think he was maybe sitting at 13 or 12 or 10 or something like that, and then all of a sudden I think he got a one long catch and boosted up his point total a lot. I didn't see that though because I wasn't really watching that game at all. But yeah, so that helped out, and then I figured it was pretty much over by that time. But I was getting so mad with DeAndre Hopkins because that game was 53 to 32, and Will Fuller had a trillion points.
Yep.
And I was like, how does Hopkins only have for a while he only had 5 or 6 or 7 points, and then he caught a few more balls, but they were basically double teaming and triple teaming him. So Will Fuller and everyone else were just
flourishing.
Yeah, totally open.
That's
so
crazy. Yeah, he still got 7 receptions, but
it's not bad.
The real good stuff.
It's not.
Fuller.
That's what you're looking for, and
Fuller was just running around fucking playing flag football by himself, basically. Flag football.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Just tons of space around him, and
man, yeah. Nick didn't have a good performance. Julio at 6.5, Emmanuel Sanders 1.7.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson kind of let him down too.
Yeah, 13.
I would say.
Yeah. It's tough. Well,
Yeah, good performance
win
by you. I mean, 173. That's always potentially in contention for high.
I think I was
week.
second, maybe.
You were third.
Oh yeah, because Will beat me by a couple points. I wanted
and
if
Misha
was
only a point behind or so behind you.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, there were a lot, dude. This was such a monster high scoring weekend for so many people.
Yeah. Wild weekend of scoring. Good.
Okay, so why don't we get into let's get into I don't know. How about?
By the way, that Patriots defense. Woo.
Yep.
Dude, best defense in the league right now, and also Patriots softest schedule in the league.
Yo, dude, yeah, they're just gonna walk to the fucking their fucking first round bye. It's ridiculous. I hate it. But all right, so how about let's talk about big old Nate's first win. That was a big deal, and he kind of just squeezed it on out, 169.7 to 165.7
Yeah, did this one come down to Monday night at all? This ESPN is so long to load.
Let me see the Monday game.
Niners or Browns?
I don't see any Niners or Browns on either team. So this looks like it would have been decided on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really close game. Phil probably is pretty disappointed from Aaron Rodgers. Just fucking Aaron Jones taking all those touchdowns.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the Green Bay is like a run-first team right now.
I love it.
It's so wild.
Love it.
It's working for him.
Yeah, I would say so. T.Y. Hilton had a disappointing game, 6.7. It's not what you want to see. Robert Woods, yeah, just like you were saying, Joe, the Cooper Kupps, that's the receiver you want. Robert Woods, 8.6. That's not gonna help. But he did have fucking Will Fuller sitting in that flex spot, just with a cool and easy 52 fucking points.
And did you see what he said? He said he almost dropped him the night before.
Jesus.
Yeah, he'd been nothing really this entire season. He hadn't even gotten double digits yet.
So let's just go over his stat line. 14 receptions, 217 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's just that's fucking insane. That's a bummer,
That'd be nice.
That's a bummer for Phil. I mean, it's like you get 52 out of him, you put up 165 points, and you get a big L out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Nate had a huge monster scoring 52 points on his side, but he had consistency for the most part, all throughout his team.
Well, he finally got his namesake.
Yeah, the Diggs. He started dealing some fucking Diggs, 31 points. That's what you kind of want to see. What was the fucking stat line? What was the stat line for that? 7 for 130 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was getting all the love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he also had a big game from Allen Robinson.
Oh yeah, that's true. He had a big game.
Yeah, it was 7 for 97 and 2 touchdowns. It's not too bad. 27 points. David Johnson wasn't bad. Calvin Ridley wasn't bad. Kelsey didn't hurt him. Montgomery didn't really hurt him. Tom Brady had a better than normal game. 30 points.
Man, yeah. I'm playing Nate this week, and now I'm like, oh fuck, man, Nate's team finally coming up big now, and looking stronger than ever. Now I get to play him. God damn it.
Well, I mean, see how it goes. But yeah, dude, he squeezed it out over Phil, and got that first win.
Hurt? Or?
I don't know. It seems like everybody is hurt.
Oh yeah, he suffered a concussion in week 5.
Oh, okay.
So
that was on that Thursday night game.
He's got a little extra time.
Yeah, they're going through the protocol. So I guess we'll see. That
Yeah,
Good,
congrats
tough
to
win.
Nate. I mean, everybody's on the board with at least a win now, so it keeps the league, a little bit more competitive. And honestly, like 1-4 right now, considering almost everybody else is either 2-3 or 3-2. Like you're only 2 games out of being really in contention there. So certainly not out of the picture by any means.
No, I think that's what makes this exciting is that everybody is just 1 or 2 wins away from getting to where they need to be, So, I mean, Joey, in your case, you're just, you just keep winning and everything's going to go fine. But that's where
I've sold my soul to the Dark Lord of fantasy football.
Finally admits it, man.
As
Brian
has been telling me.
Yeah, I would say somewhere, somehow, some way, it was signed and sealed, and Joey's just going to continually get his fucking championship fucking trophies until he is just like buried under them.
And you also won a fantasy baseball league this year, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you win? Didn't you win last year too?
Yeah.
I'm
saying,
with a
whole bunch of
fantasy gods. You have sold your soul, and it is just you're reaping all the rewards right now. You should join some other fantasy leagues.
Do you play with a whole bunch of Muppets in that baseball league?
Yeah, me and Pedro Serrano. We do our voodoo, and win our fantasy football leagues, fantasy baseball leagues.
What did he call? Yeah, Jobu. Oh my god, dude, that was so. Oh god, I love that fucking movie. I could quote that movie all day.
Jobu, I got my little Jobu doll and little shrine for fantasy football.
Dude,
I would love a
Jobu fucking voodoo doll. Jobu. We should
order a Jobu doll or something, then give it to whoever finishes in last place, so that they can have it the next.
They can have it, and they can like curse everybody, and just everybody remember, it is very bad to steal Jobu's rum.
So then they have Jobu the next year, so that they can not be in last place 2 years in a row.
Dude, I love that idea. Fucking Jobu.
I should buy one of those.
Oh my god, I want to watch Major League again. All right, okay. So let's maybe get into John and Chris.
Yeah, let's get into
the low scoring. Yeah. Well, let's see. I know Chris had some bad luck with Gallman going down.
Yeah, that's true.
He went down 1.4. Jeez,
right? He went down.
He went really, really early.
Yeah, he had a couple duds on his team. LaShawn McCoy too.
Odell. Yeah, that's right. I remember this one was it was coming down to the Monday night game where Chris really needed a big performance from Odell because John had Jarvis Landry, and I think Chris was already like 10 points behind. So he would have needed a really nice performance and keep Landry in check, but it definitely went the opposite way.
Yeah, dude, they had Odell throwing fucking passes.
Yeah, it looked like early on they were going to get him involved, and then they just looked like shit.
Baker was Baker.
Woo, boy.
Dude.
And the Niners were the Niners.
Yo.
Yeah, they're undefeated, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-0.
I mean, this week will be the big test against the Rams, but
definitely.
Either way, they've handled business, so.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. That defense looks legit for sure. And then Niners have plenty of running backs to go around.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, dude, what's his name looks fucking good.
Rita and Tevin Coleman looked good.
Yeah, actually, so I was going to bring up Breda too because
Chris
sitting on Chris's bench.
Oh, I forgot. That sucks. That would have been the difference maker right there.
That would have certainly helped.
I think a lot of people would have done the same thing. They're like, Tevin Coleman's coming back. What am I supposed to do with Breida right now? And then he rips an 83-yard touchdown on the first offensive play of the game.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that actually because I wasn't home yet, but
I was
saw the
watching
replay.
It on my phone at work.
Nice, that's sweet. I mean, it's not like Chris had all performances. Like Godwin is looking.
Man, Godwin's
great.
Looking so good.
Dude,
it's a good sign for.
Okay, so here's crazy stat for you. Godwin is right now in our league
number 1 wide receiver.
Number 1 wideout.
Is he really?
Yeah, it's got to be really close with Cooper Kupp or something like that.
I don't know.
Wow, that's actually surprising.
Yeah,
well, we did have that
had
huge game with
the week
100.
before, 25 in week 2. Yeah, man, that's just a lot of big performances.
Yeah, let me actually. I was looking at this with Nick like a night ago. Let me take a look. Okay, so by rank, it is. Yeah, it's him and Cup.
How close is that?
It's pretty close. 114 and 109.
Oh, okay.
And then you got Amari.
Oh, yeah.
108. Michael Thomas. DJ Chark. DJ Chark.
He came out of nowhere.
And then it starts.
That song, by the way. Crap. Oh, that shit is so stupid.
Yeah, I thought I'd annoy somebody. Okay, and then after 5, that's when we get under the hundreds to Keenan Allen, who's at 95. And under that, dude, there is a big drop-off. So it goes from 95 to 81. And that's Julio at 7. Will Fuller is also at 8. It's
a 1 game.
Yeah. After 1 game, got himself up to position 8. Tyler Lockett's there. Cortland Sutton, interesting, sitting at position 10. So some interesting names up there in the wideout, top 10 list. That I don't think a lot of people,
early. Yeah,
it's still early, but there's some surprises up there. Cooper Kupp, Godwin, Chark. Like I would say, all those guys. I don't think
Shark's been good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh shit!
What the fuck
what
are you
the
doing
hell?
here? Nobody said that you could fucking join the goddamn
He's
podcast.
crashing the podcast.
This was fucking invite only, and I don't remember inviting you.
Ring, ring, ring. Is
Ring,
this
ring,
podcast
ring.
special?
Calling in.
Whoa.
Oh,
Get out
we
of
got
here,
a
wedding
fucking
crasher.
special fucking guest. So funny enough, we've already gone through your matchup with Joey. That was the first one that we talked about. But we can quickly swing back to Chris and John in a little bit. But Nick, do you have any comments at all, owner of your fantasy team, after your performance of 122 versus Joey's of 173?
I'm just glad the Ravens won. I think that game killed me. I was watching that whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Connor got that TD. Oh, just to rub it in a little bit more.
Oh,
But,
yeah. Rub that spicy pepper right in that wound.
right on my wiener, basically.
Yeah, dude. Rub that right in there.
But yeah, it was a convincing win from Joey's team. I had doubts that I was going to lose that matchup. I know Joey was trying to, make a little extra with the side bet, but
what was the side bet?
I don't know. I was just going to do like some beers or something like that, or dinner or whatever. Something simple.
But there's nothing worse than a loser beer, so I'm not going to drink that. So, but yeah, congrats. That was a nice, convincing win. But I'll see you later in the year. I'm only 1 game back, so I'm feeling pretty good about my team anyway.
Yeah.
Was Mark Andrews hurt, Nick?
No, he's been off and on hurt, but he's going to play.
Okay.
Yeah, I think something was up with his foot for most of the games, and then he got knocked out of that game for a little bit or something, and then he came back. I don't know. He's been off and on, but the one person that could be hurt that I just picked up today is Mr. McCaffrey. You have anything to say about that, Sean?
Yeah, I did see a little bit about that. A little something about his back, which does not sound good. So that would be soul crushing for my team, because maybe it's because he's been carrying my team on his back. He just can't handle that weight anymore.
Definitely.
Yeah, I did not like to see that.
I don't really know though if anyone is really gonna. In that offense, if he's hurt and out, I don't know that there's someone that's going to be plugged in that's going to be an instant league winner type player.
No, I don't think it's that type of offense, and especially if nobody.
He's a special type of player, So,
Yeah, I've heard LaDainian Tomlinson comparisons, and I'm starting to actually agree with it.
or Marshall Falk or something.
Oh yeah, exactly. Those two players were considered, compared to each other. So he's definitely that 3-down back. Is amazing in the passing game.
Yeah, I mean, I think before this last week, he'd only been off the field for like 8 snaps or something crazy like that.
Yeah, the only one who
field, and then that Cinnabon guy came in, got 5 rushes, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
I love that, the Cinnabon guy.
Yeah, I picked him up, the Cinnamon guy.
What guy is
Bonifin?
that?
Bonifin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
you
busted
picked him
a
up?
59. He busted a 59-yarder.
I picked him up
Oh, when did you pick him up? I don't even see that on the activity.
today. Like just in case, I don't know, he's probably not going to play, but it's like a home run swing basically.
and a miss.
That's super weird.
Yeah, I think
I'm not even
McCaffrey's going
seeing
to play.
that on the transactions.
Well, we'll see. I mean, in all
There
honesty,
it is. There it is. Yeah.
McCaffrey's a pretty tough tough
like
guy.
Nick, like you have Madison on your team. Like if Cook were to get hurt, that's a totally different story. Like Madison is instantly top, I think, like 12 running back in the league.
Thanks, Joey.
So, yeah. So
My voodoo to you, John Jizzo.
yeah, I have
You
Madison
do.
stored in another league because of that very reason.
You have Madison in another league,
Yeah, just sitting on my bench.
we were actually,
and you also have Lamar Jackson.
I do. Yeah.
Ooh, who are you?
Joey, 5-time champ.
No, not in that league. You're just a Nick number 2.
No, I've won twice in that league.
okay. It's nothing to fucking snap about. Winning a few.
But that's like over like a long period of time, like 12 years or 13 years. So.
You've been playing fantasy football since I was in diapers, bro.
Yep.
Joey's just in diapers, like
That's
along
why
with
you're
them.
the Padawan and I'm the Jedi.
And that's why you're the fucking Patriots D master. That makes me more bitter than anybody else on your team.
He's getting a spanking from the Patriots D.
Okay, well we better get back to other people's teams.
Yeah.
They're probably
All right.
Nick, where are you right now? It sounds a little echoey.
I'm actually on the can. I'm taking a shit.
Ew.
Well,
Yeah,
a lot of
Watson's at my
firsts. A
team.
lot of firsts are happening.
I love how the first idea that you had was, you know what I'm going to do? I'm taking a shit, and I'm going to look on Skype, and I can see Brian, Joey, and Sean in a fucking Skype call. I bet they're doing the podcast, so I am just going to fucking hop on in and make some fucking fart noises.
Well, that's the beauty of doing this thing at Wednesday at 6:30 every
That's
day.
true.
People know, oh shit, I'm gonna hop on Skype and try to crash this party.
See, I was worried that you guys weren't going to do it, and I was like texting you guys because I don't think we've had a podcast.
Oh,
in
I
a bit.
didn't even see that.
I have my phone charging like way behind me. I don't even know if I've been getting. Oh, I do have text messages.
Yeah, I thought you guys weren't doing it.
Get a text.
Oh,
from
damn, Nick. Wow, it's shady text message right there calling us out for missing a couple weeks. Damn.
What the
Oh, I know, yeah.
Oh, you put it up in the fucking group text. You fucking
Put it
son
on
of
to
a
you,
bitch.
guys, to the hosts. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna eat that crow right now.
Text.
Okay.
I just
So he's
texted
not-
the host.
Okay, so he's not that
Oh.
much of a son of a bitch. Okay, that's.
I'll eat crow from this toilet seat.
I'll eat crow. You know what else?
Dude, you should have called in right when you were like making some loud farting noises on the can.
No, now I'm just battling it out, deciding when it's time.
Nick, you know what? You know what would help you wash down that crow? Is a little Smirnoff Ice.
Dude, he stepped out of the Rankies number 4 right now.
Oh,
It's
that's
looking
it.
like I'm gonna take it.
Here
Yeah.
comes the decline.
Don't you say that?
It's gonna be fun.
Dude, well, all right. Let's
I'll just hop off the podcast now. Let you guys continue.
He's all, I got to wipe now. Sorry, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
We can edit this part out later.
I really don't want to be on the can for like over an hour.
What? That's normal for you.
On
People
that
at
note,
work are like, Nick's been gone for like 80 minutes. It's like, oh, don't worry. It's just his time to crap.
Oh god.
okay. And then on that note, you guys take care now.
All right, Mr. Rogers.
First time caller, long time listener. All right, see you, Nick.
Later.
Bye.
Enjoy your shit.
Enjoy your shit. Nice.
Oh, man,
I
that's
have no
funny.
idea where we even were at that point.
You're
I know
just
we-
going over some episodes or some of the matchups.
Yeah, John and Chris. We'll get back into this. We've
So,
sidetracked
I mean,
so often.
really, like the main takeaways that I remember, John was super pissed about Phillip Rivers getting him 4.1. That really,
That's
but he still got the win. So he
Dude, Amari,
escaped.
dude. Amari fucking killed it, dude. He had like, what, 200? Yeah, 11 receptions, 226 yards, and a touchdown
Good
on
God.
14 targets.
That's crazy. Because I remember, Dallas was like frantically trying to come back in that game.
hmm Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, as per usual, is Dalvin Cook
Good.
he's not the number one running back. Well, obviously Christian McCaffrey, but is Dalvin Cook number 2?
Let me go over to running backs. Number 1 is McCaffrey. Number 2 is Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
And it is a gap. 154.9 to 122.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, McCaffrey's been fucking amazing. Need him
Amazing.
back
Yeah.
in, need him in. But
Yeah, I mean-
anyways, well, not to hijack it, but Melvin Gordon came back, but didn't really make too much of an impact.
Not
but just
too
the,
much
just
noise.
the first game getting back into it.
Yeah, I would say definitely the Dalvin Cook, that certainly helped. Amari was huge. And, other than
That's
that,
pretty
it
much
wasn't really,
Everything
it wasn't
else
really
was
too
pretty,
much.
Pretty marginal.
Chris just was hurt by the Gallman shit. That was fucking, that really hurt him. LaShawn McCoy had a horrible game, as Joey said. Odell, we were talking about, was awful. Carson Wentz only 14 points. It was 31 to 6.
But dude, it was Philly's defense had 2 touchdowns, so Wentz didn't really have to do anything.
Oh.
And what's his name? The running back got a touchdown as well.
Howard
Jordan Howard. So he just didn't have to do anything. They were just crushing the Jets.
And we were talking about how he had Breda on his bench. Yeah, so Chris just
LaShawn McCoy got injured.
did he get injured, or I thought he just had a
I think
Let me
he
see.
I think he got injured. He
Let's see.
went out early in that game from what I
Well, okay, so let's see. Spin. McCoy logged just 14 snaps the contest and didn't receive a carry upon the return of Damian Williams. It was relatively quiet night for the backfield overall, but McCoy went from double-digit carries to no fewer than 8 in the first 3 or 4 games.
gotcha.
I know for sure Gallman went down fucking with a concussion. It was rolled out.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
So,
just a lot of too many shit performances for Chris.
Yeah.
That one surely hurts, but hey, these guys are both 3-2, so I mean, not a bad place to be.
No, not a bad place to be. And I would like to kind of just maybe bring up, since we have been talking a little bit about Christian McCaffrey a lot, might as well just naturally kind of get into your matchup with Misha. I mean, Misha did have a pretty phenomenal game. Like we were talking about Matt Ryan, talking about Michael Thomas.
Yeah, it just started off like him and I were like pretty neck and neck, where I was like, okay, Misha's team doing pretty well here to start with like Matt Ryan, like you're saying, Michael Thomas, Sony Michel was doing well, but then I was getting nervous, but McCaffrey doing so well, I was like, okay, well at least I'm all right there.
47. Oh my God, what did he do?
Just everything.
19 for 176. And
he
2
had
touchdowns.
like a crap load of points at halftime.
Yeah, and he also
may have had a receiving touchdown. I don't know.
Yeah, he also 6 for 61 and a receiving touchdown. So he tore it up.
He was keeping me in it, and I did like. So Misha had Matt Ryan. I played Mohamed Sanu for the first time, and the first drive, the touchdown went to Mohamed Sanu. So I was like, oh, at least that's cool. But then fucking Matt Ryan just went off, and Sanu did nothing the rest of the game.
It's kind of upsetting.
But Mike Evans is just
goose.
God, dude, it's so frustrating. I don't know what's going on with that this year.
Godwin is what's going
Godwin
on. He's the
emerged,
but it's like,
I mean, Mike Evans had a game of 44. Brian, you remember that?
I think he had two good games.
Well, so the game last week was weird because Godwin busted out and Evans had nothing up until like the fourth quarter, and then he caught a 60-yard touchdown. So that was like the bulk of his points. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck is. How did he have 0 catches?
Dude, I mean, Godwin. Did
he have any targets?
He had 0 targets according to ESPN.
Oh, that's crazy. Was he not playing?
Oh, no. It says failed to bring in any of his 3 targets.
3 targets. But Godwin, on the other hand, had 9 targets and pulled in 7 of them.
Yeah.
For 125.
Maybe they were doubling Evans or something.
That could be.
I don't know what to think, but I would say I'm definitely worried about that because he has been very inconsistent. Like, if it wasn't for that 44 game, like, I don't know what I'd be thinking about Evans this whole year.
Yeah. Well, and so what do you think about, so you made that trade for Stephon Diggs. How do you feel?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a little nervous about that,
I made some hot comments on that.
I mean, you were pretty on point with Chris Carson, like, getting fed. Where, I mean, we'll see because Royce Freeman's like now actually back. That was a big concern.
Penny.
Oh, sorry, Rashad Penny. Yeah. And the fumbling issues don't seem to be a thing anymore. So I don't know. I guess I got freaked out with all the fumbles.
I should have tried to take him from you.
Yeah, well, he probably could have because I was thinking about dealing him, and it was so weird. I don't know if we already talked about this, but I was literally thinking the same day. I was like, I kind of want to offer Nick Chris Carson for Stephon Diggs. I don't know if he would go for it. And then Nick
he was down on Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, he was. But then Nick texts me. He's like, "Hey, would you do Diggs for Carson?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Dude? I was literally just thinking that. And so, yeah, it was like the fastest trade ever, but I'm nervous now.
I think you need to hope that Diggs gets traded, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
I don't really know. The whole thing seems like a mess. Like, obviously the team, Kirk Cousins threw it around a ton, but it went all to Thielen, so I'm not sure what's going on with
Thielen talked a bunch of shit, basically saying he won the ball more.
And then Diggs started talking shit, but his was more like, "Whoa, dude, I think you kind of lost your mind here or something."
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I guess his agent might have talked to the team or something like that. It seems like he's not happy there anymore. So,
yeah,
but they just signed him for like a pretty long contract. So I don't know. Someone's going to have to give them a pretty nice package to get him away from that team. So
yeah, so I'm not banking on it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, when I saw that trade, I was like, "Oh shit, Sean, you shouldn't do that." But I mean,
I had 4 running backs that I was starting, and obviously, like, that's fine because we have all these flex spots, but like wide receiver had been a real struggle for me the first few weeks, so I was really looking to get a receiver.
Yeah, I just think you could have got a better wide receiver.
Yeah, I was
not a better. I mean, Diggs is really talented, just a better situation. So
yeah, I kind of thought it would be like a buy low on Diggs, where I was like, dude, he's too talented. Like, they've had so much success with him in the past. Like, I thought something's got to change, and like I might
still
could really cheap, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll end up that I overpaid for him. But it's been 2 weeks. The last week was fine. Like, he got me like 12 points or something, or 15. I was fine with that. But now it certainly looks very dicey.
Yeah, I just like Pete Carroll just went back to Carson. He's one of those coaches, and Carson never fumbled in college or anything. So
right,
and Carson's looked so fucking good this year. Besides those fumbles,
and that's kind of what bumps me out. Is I thought the same thing. Like, I aimed for him in the draft, and then first week was great, and then it was like a fucking derailed train for the next 2 games, and I freaked out about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Not looking like a good trade right now, but there's hope. There's still time. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know with injuries too. So.
Yeah. And then, I was really disappointed. I thought Geronimo Allison was going to be a really nice waiver pickup last week, filling in for Devontae Adams, but that did not work out at all.
Again, yeah, Aaron Jones just stealing everybody's points.
Yeah, and then Sterling Shepard got injured with a concussion, so he's going to be out. But Philip Lindsay's been really nice, been pleasantly happy with him.
Yeah, he's had like 2 pretty damn good games.
Yeah, and it just looks like because I've tried to watch some of their games. It just looks like they're really, feeding him the ball, and the offense is running more through him than it is through what's his name,
Flacco.
Yeah, they've split the carries pretty good with him and Royce, but I think Lindsey's probably looked better.
He's
overall.
been more explosive.
Yeah, he was good as hell last year.
Yeah, he had a lot of 100-yard games last year.
He's good.
But Mahomes, decent performance. Still looking for more for him. So I'm really looking forward to Tyreek Hill being back in their offense. But yeah, gotta hand it to Misha because he definitely put up a really nice week and had some solid performances, like almost universally across the board, except for Robbie Anderson, which. I mean, I don't think anybody expected Robbie Anderson to have a good game or be really good.
No, Waller didn't have the greatest game, and neither did the Bears D.
That's true. Yeah, Bears D was pretty disappointing. That was a kind of a crazy game, thinking they were just going to feast against the Raiders with Khalil Mack, but that didn't happen.
No.
But Misha's got some good pieces. Like Michael Thomas, Eckler looks like he's still going to be a big part of the Chargers offense, and Freeman finally had like a pretty decent game. And dude, Matty Ice just came to life last week.
Bad time to run into Matty Ice.
Even with Kittle on his bench, he still puts up a nice W.
Yeah, dude, look at Kittle on the bench too.
I'm sure he might be looking to be back in the lineup now.
Yeah, I'd be curious about it. And he's also got a few pieces. Way to go, Mish. Nice high 172. So I think this was the 4th highest. Joey was 3rd highest, and then our last matchup, which were the other 2 highest.
Yeah, man, big old matchup there. I didn't realize how close it ended up being.
God, it was a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a back and forth morning. Oh Christ, is my fucking headset dying? Hold on a second.
Do we need to speed up this podcast?
All right.
Yes, we absolutely do.
I can't hear anything, but I'm pretty sure everybody can hear me.
Yes.
So we're just going to tell the story of how I sneaked out a win. Right. So Winston wasn't having the greatest morning. Edelman was doing well. Chark was doing pretty well. He also had, what was it? Derrick Henry didn't do too bad. Fucking Eagles, goddamn defense. God, that one pissed me off. 38 points from the fucking defense. That hurts. And at some point in time, Deshaun Watson had his monster game. 53 fucking points. 5 touchdowns, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 5 touchdowns, 426 yards. He also had 4 rushes on the ground for 47. Just insane. Josh Jacobs had a great game. That Bears game, 29 points. I was sweating a lot, even though I had some pretty good performances like Edelman and Chark, like 24 from Edelman and 35 from Chark. I was definitely sweating coming into that afternoon time, and I was pretty far behind, I thought. And Aaron Jones was Aaron Jones and had 4.
Aaron Jones.
He was who he was.
Classic Aaron Jones, yeah.
Classic Aaron Jones, fucking 4 rushing touchdowns. Insane. That was a big boost for me, and it put me, I think, 10 or so points, maybe a little bit more over than that. And both him and I had Sammy and Hardman in the evening game. And fucking Sammy goes down the first series or second series and is just out for the game. So I'm just sitting there sweating with bullets, hoping that Mahomes just doesn't get it to Hardman. And he tried quite a few times, but luckily that just turned out to be KC's kind of worst game of the year. Their only loss and I escaped with the victory. Very close one too. Yeah, 183 to 175.
Yeah, seriously, big scores, and that's nice for you to be able to pull that one out. And I know Will was 3-1 coming into that game, so I'd say thank you to Brian for keeping the standings a little bit closer with everybody there.
Yeah, now we just got to get to Joey. Some way, somehow, we're gonna fucking take that bastard down.
Yeah,
isn't that right, Joseph? Aren't we gonna get, we're gonna get to you.
So on that note, why don't we do this? Because we're rapidly approaching. We're just almost at 1 hour here. Let's just do real quick picks without even like going into the matchups. Like just based on what we know about these teams from the first 5 weeks. Let's just make some kind of rapid fire picks on this week's matchup. Are you guys down for that?
I'm down for that. Let's maybe start with Mr. fucking Pooper of Windsorfell. And we did just talk about Will in this last matchup. I mean, his team is not. I know he's on a little downward trend with losing Antonio Brown, Saquon being hurt. I don't know if Saquon's going to be playing this week or not. I don't think he is. They're playing on Thursday. Yeah, no, they're playing on Thursday night. They're playing tomorrow, so that's probably no. Nick's team's been doing pretty decent. I know he just lost, but
yeah, he didn't score that much last week. But
yeah, but that could just be a down week.
If Adams plays, that'll be better for him. I'm just going to go ahead and say Nick's team.
I'm kind of leaning that way as well.
Yeah,
I mean, he's starting Kenyon Drake and like Auden Tate. Like Will's scraping the barrel right now.
Yeah,
Deontay Johnson. Ooh,
this is going to be tough. But it is a big matchup because they're 2, 3, and 2 teams, so it's going to be big.
Yeah, I picked Nick.
Yeah,
all right.
I picked Nick.
Sorry,
as
Will.
well, so we'll sweep that. Yeah, Will's team's a lot different than it has been.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely been killing it, but yeah, I think he's like you said, Joey. He's looking for some help.
All right, let's do.
Oh, what about Chris and Misha?
Yeah, let's do Chris and Misha.
I think this is going to be relatively close.
Misha had a big week last week, about 173. I think Chris had a little bit of a down week last week.
He did, but he's still got some pieces. Like he's got that Godwin piece, like we were talking about.
Yeah,
a few others. I don't know. I'm going to make my little bold prediction, and I'm going to say this is going to be the closest matchup of this week.
All right, I'll write that down too. I think Misha has got the stronger team right now. I'm going to go with his team. I mean, he's got all his guys.
I think I'm going to go with Chris.
Okay.
He does have Breda in, actually, just looking at the lineup really quick.
I think Chris is gonna bounce back. So I think Odell Beckham will probably have a better game. That was fucking horrible. That whole Browns team should bounce back at least a little bit. They were so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And
I could see him having a good game.
Ertz could have a good game. And yeah,
and he does have the Wentz Ertz connection. So if Ertz has a good game. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of pieces that I do like on Misha's team. Love the Michael Thomas, love Kittle, and Matt Ryan's been looking good.
Yeah, I don't like Freeman. I don't know if Eckler's going to have as big of a role. And then I don't know about Robbie Anderson.
I thought Mike Williams was injured, but maybe he's no. So I guess he was back. So he was in that game for the Broncos, 6 of 13 targets for 34. You know what?
The teams are both have pretty good players here and there.
Yeah,
so.
I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to lean for the underdog. Technically, as far as points projected, I'm going to go with Chris.
All right, you guys both pick Chris. I'll pick Misha.
Joe, what about your matchup? Being guests, we should take a little bit of time and talk about it. So you got coming up. You've got Phil. Yeah. Now Phil has
had some pretty big weeks lately.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he just had top points, right?
Yeah, I mean, Will Fuller had that fucking ridiculous
I
game.
think he's got Tyreek Hill playing this week too, which kind of sucks
Oh,
Yeah, it's
for me.
that could be big.
But I don't think Will Fuller is going to have 50 points again. So
No, I think that was probably his biggest of the year.
I'm picking myself.
It's interesting. He's got Robert Woods and you've got Cooper Kupp. So if history keeps on going true, that should be nice for you.
Yes, it should.
Yeah, I'm still not sure if I'm going to start Tevin Coleman or Larry Fitzgerald yet. So I'm still working that out. Or Tyler Boyd. I don't know what I'm going to do with those
I'll tell you the truth. Like all those three, I do like all those three a lot better than I like something like Royce Freeman. Or Cortland Sutton. Even though Cortland Sutton's been doing pretty damn well, I just it's hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick you, Joey. It's hard not to. I mean, your team's at full strength right now. I don't know why anything would change.
And you are the top scorer. You've only lost once. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna throw in. I'm gonna say you.
Oh man, the voodoo sweep.
Voodoo sweep it. That's what we needed. That's why I wanted you on the podcast this week.
Triple reverse voodoo voodoo.
Doo-doo voodoo. I like that.
The doo-doo in the voodoo. Now,
all right, Brian, let's go over to your matchup here. You got a little
Jobu.
Ooh, I like this because you're going to be meeting up with John for a little bit this weekend. Yep,
exactly. That's the idea. So anybody who is in the SoCal area, which I think it's going to try to be everybody. So Chris and I know we're going to try to get on up there. Misha, I'm hoping Misha is going to be able to come on down. Nate is most likely always going to be up with John. So, yeah, dude, it should be the full SoCal crew.
All right, man, Skype me in.
We will definitely go ahead and start doing some FaceTime with everybody. So everybody make sure to get Skype and their Apple shit going.
FaceTime me and Sean and then face the phones next to each other.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be a tough one for me.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, God, dude. John needs a fucking quarterback, huh? I got one for sale, John.
I mean, he didn't pick up a bad one. He's already tried number to trade 10.
I already tried to trade you, Brian. You didn't trade me.
Ooh, so what was the trade?
I was trying to trade him for Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram.
Now Evan Ingram's hurt. So
exactly, and he's not the only one either. So Watkins is hurt. Not even sure if he's going to be playing. It's actually kind of doubtful that he's going to be playing. So I'm going to have to figure something out there. Gurley all of a sudden just showed up on the fucking injury report.
He may be unlikely to play.
Yeah.
Or it's highly possible.
Yeah, and
really?
So that's just exactly. It's just like my team just has just been shredded all fucking year. I had Jeffrey go out. Dude, this has been obviously Breeze. Breeze is down,
and Roethlisberger.
God, dude, I'm just getting slammed. I don't have a lot of confidence coming into this week. John has got a pretty goddamn good team. Kamara, Cook, Cooper, like those guys fucking scare me. Those are names that can easily take it in any day. But I still have some of my really key boys. I still have Chark. I still have Aaron Jones. If Edelman does happen to play, Edelman has been pretty money. And a lot of times he's not been doing bad. He's not not always got the flashiest numbers, but every now and then he'll give me a 17 or a 24. So I could use something like that. But I'm going to have to go ahead. No, I think I'm going to have to pick John.
Whoa! Oh, yes. Let's get it
going. Jobu.
The curse. I think I'm going to have to also agree and pick John. Just that Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Amari. That's
scary.
That
is scary. That is scary. It's
really Baby Shark. Aaron Jones.
I do know, dude. Those guys are there.
Shark's been looking good. Aaron Jones could go off for sure. I'm a little worried. Yeah, if Gurley and Watkins don't play, like you're gonna have to do some finagling. I just don't know what that's gonna look like.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But I will say this: there are some positives.
He's got Malcolm Brown.
Yeah, I do have Malcolm Brown.
Oh, that's true.
But there are some positives I know on my team. Obviously, we were talking about Chark and Jones. Alshon Jeffrey gets a lot of fucking red zone looks. He gets a lot of targets, just period. He doesn't come up with them a lot of times, but the opportunities are there. And Le'Veon just happens to have fucking Darnold coming back. So who knows what Le'Veon is going to look like this week. I would hope that's going to be even more positive, and he's been the only thing on the Jets.
Yeah, you'd think that would be an upgrade.
Yeah, so there's some hope there. Like, I've got some hope, but I'm not confident. So John is getting my vote. It sounds like he is also getting your vote. Joe, what do you say?
I say John.
Sweep it.
Sorry, Bri.
It's all right. Voodoo sweep. Come on.
Sly.
Come on. I say fuck you. I say fuck you, Jobu. I do it myself.
Nick was just putting the Browns in the Super Bowl.
But
Oh, I just got it. That took a while. Nice.
That's John's little pun there.
Yeah. Double entendre.
Well, he's got the picture of fucking the Christmas poo from South Park. Can't even think what that dude's name is.
Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky. Oh my God, thank you.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Have we done all? Is there still one more matchup?
Oh,
that's it.
Fucking rude. You haven't even done my matchup yet.
Oh, shit, man.
Fine. I'll talk about it. You guys can go.
Okay, see ya.
Later.
Damn it.
Gotta go hang out with Jobu.
Jobu, we got to get that fucking doll. All right, so Sean, it's you and Nate.
Yeah,
and Nate's just come away with the win.
He's
got
a couple buys he's got to deal with, and he hasn't dealt with it yet. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's gonna do there.
Yeah,
I'll probably put in Miles Sanders, and then I'll probably put in D.D. Westbrook or pick up someone off the waiver wire or something.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, with Mahomes, McCaffrey, Philip Lindsay, you got Kerryon Johnson back in.
Disley's been good.
Yeah, Disley's been good.
I wish I had picked up Disley.
I'm happy that I got him.
I totally should have.
Well, yes.
Curse you, Sean.
But yeah, Golden Tate, I'm very curious because
to see
who else on the Giants is even an active pass catcher right now.
Exactly, right now.
Sterling Shepard's hurt, right?
Yeah, and Evan Ingram's
out.
Ingram's
out too. But they're playing New England tomorrow. It's supposed to be pretty rainy as well, so that doesn't bode well. But I feel like, I mean, he's kind of a slot receiver, so maybe he'll just get some high volume. That's my hope. We'll see what happens.
Golden Taint.
We'll see.
Golden Taint.
No,
we'll see. I mean, they're not going to.
Yeah, I should go back to Golden Tat. Now I can't ditch the Mahomes.
No, you can't ditch. Well, and not only that, but I was going to say, as far as the run game is concerned, I mean, they don't have Barkley, and they're not going to have Gallman. So they're going to be on their third string.
They might suck, though. They might not be able to move the ball.
It might be terrible all over, but you would expect that they are going to have to throw it.
They would have to if they can't rely on their run game.
But it could be like a Bears, fucking Browns Niners situation where it's just a train wreck.
Yeah.
But
I'm picking Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, there's more question marks I think on Nate's team than your team.
He's got too many injuries and bias, so
I'm going with Sean's team as well.
Sweep it.
Take me home tonight.
All right, guys. Victory. Well, not too bad. An hour and 12 minutes. So got a little Nick guest visit from the can, which is always nice.
Well, I mean, we already had a guest. I mean, this was like a
double guest. Oh my god,
that was like some weird when you watch some like show or something, and then all of a sudden it's like some person comes out from like the curtain or something. It's like, hey guys.
Yeah, you're like, what? No way.
Lauren, you want to say hi on the podcast?
Hi.
Yes.
Nice. There we go. First
Our
wife or girlfriend
lady.
on the podcast.
Yep, there we go. First, we made history.
Do you hear them? They said first wife or girlfriend on the podcast. You made history tonight.
Well, you've been on there for like an hour and a half.
Ooh, I feel like that was a shot right there.
Where's my dinner, woman?
Oh my god.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
This is
we do it real 1950s style in this household.
I figured if there was anything going on in the Lazareski house, it would be the Mad Men world. Exactly. Joey's just got his fucking glass of scotch and just fucking like being a dick. Dude.
Right,
I'm so glad.
Go put on that apron.
Fuck you.
Hell yeah. That's a note to end on right there.
Dude,
Just kidding.
I'm fucking glad that we had you on. It's been a little bit since we've had like a guest on, and it's good to be able to get people like in and on. I don't know what we got going on the rest of the year. I know we're trying to get Will on, but Joe, I will say if we can't get anybody on, man, it would be good to have you again soon.
Yeah. Another time, maybe a little later, get some more folks on. Try to get Nate and Will, get the newbie league folks in.
Brian, that's your that should be your reconnaissance mission this weekend. Is you got to talk to Nate.
Talk to Nate about
Beyond, because I haven't reached out to him at all.
You know who else I will fucking recon a little bit? You fucking little slippery bastard, Misha.
Never been on it, which is
never
unbelievable.
I'm starting to get
he's tracking towards Derek territory, I would say.
I don't even listen to it. I'm just gonna. Well, I thought it was Jimmy who always says like I'm only gonna listen to like my team and then I'll tune.
That was funny.
Oh man.
All right, gents.
I will say that we just one thing we are a pro feminist league though. That was just a little joking there. So
yeah. Good to get that out there because everybody in the league definitely doesn't know each other well enough.
Pro feminist men. We're all pro feminist men here.
I am pretty sure everybody thought we were a whole bunch of misogynists.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, guys. Good times.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Joey.
Yeah, thanks,
talk
buddy.
to you guys later.
All right.
All right. We will talk to everybody later.
Peace.
Bye.